What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents. Alright, this story's called, "My entitled dad demanded me to drive my uncle's car to pick him up even though I don't know how to drive." First post here, so excuse me if I make any mistakes. Yeah, you read that right. And still to this day, my dad blasts me for not doing what I was told and causing drama in the family for what had happened. Information. My uncle doesn't live with us anymore, but leaves his car here for us to use from time to time. I have a younger brother who is diagnosed with autism. I get him ready for school every morning. His school isn't that far, but we don't want him walking alone to school, so he gets dropped off by car. He usually had to be dropped off earlier in the morning at his school, so his class wouldn't be caught in the ruckus of the normal class crowd. My dad is the only one who is available to drop him off, cause my mom leaves to work very early and I was under the age to legally drive and had no knowledge on how to drive safely at the time. Well, on this particular day, he turned him into the biggest ignorant butthole he's ever been. So, here's the story. Here's the cast, there's me, entitled dad, mom. So it's a typical school morning for me, my dad and my bro. Grandparents were there too, but they didn't really get involved. I do my usual routine of getting my brother ready, wait until the right time to wake my dad up, wait for him as he spends 10 to 15 minutes on this phone before he slumps out of bed to take my brother to school. 5 minutes go by after they left and I get a call from my dad. Yo, what's up?
Hey OP, go get your uncle's car keys and come drive over to us. Don't tell your grandparents about this.
What? What do you mean?
No time to explain, just get over here.
Did something happen? What's going on?
Just shut up and get the heck over here now!
He then hangs up on me. I'm now confused, scared, and conflicted on what to do. He didn't give me any reason as to why he needed me to pick him up. He sounded very angry, which made me shiver with fear because I've been scared by his anger due to his abuse with me. And I'm torn between having to tell my mom about what just happened, or do I just go along with what he told me to do with no questions? Yet, what he's telling me to do is very illegal, so I went with my gut and called my mom explaining the situation. Hey mom, entitled dad is telling me to drive uncle's car over to him to pick him up. What? Why? No idea. He didn't tell me and told me not to tell grandpa and grandma. She curses in Spanish. Hang on, I'm on my way back. Stay put. Okay. I stay put at the house and get blindsided by missed calls and texts from my dad demanding where I'm at and why I'm taking so long, which is making me go into panic mode. Finally, my mom gets back home, picks me up, and we drive to where my dad demanded to be picked up at. He's standing outside by his car with my brother while my brother is inside. Judging by his reaction, he wasn't so happy to see me and my mom driving up as he storms over to my side of the car.
What the fuck, P? I told you to get your uncle's car. Why didn't you listen to me?
Because—
Shut up! I don't want to hear excuses. I can't believe you cried to your mom about this, and here I thought could be a lesson for you to learn to drive on your own. Frickin' pathetic.
Mom gets out of the car to stand in front of entitled dad as I go to get my brother. Don't scream at her like that, entitled dad. Why are you asking her to drive when she doesn't know how?
She knows how to drive. She's just being lazy. You never help her anyway, so I decided to make her do it herself. But she's just plain stupid.
Keep in mind, I've only driven twice and it was just me doing loops in a parking lot. Really? She doesn't have a license either and she's not on uncle's insurance. She could have been in big trouble, entitled dad.
There are no cops here. She could have been fine driving here. And there are no cars here for her to hit, so there's no way she could have been hurt. And if she were to get in trouble, I would have bailed her out. I used to be a cop too.
That's beaver sausage, because there is a long line of cars still driving past us and are now watching my mom and dad argue. Also, yeah, my entitled dad is so egotistical with his retired cop status that he would make these comments all the time when I was young. For love's sake, why did you call anyway? What's wrong with your car?
I forgot to fill it up with gas last night and it died as we were driving.
Really, entitled dad? And somehow the first idea that popped into your head was to call OP and tell her to pick you up? My parents are here. You could have told OP to get my dad so he can pick you up.
Oh, so it's my fault? It's OP's fault for not listening to me. This would have been her chance to learn how to drive and she blew it. Here I am busting my back out for this family and no one does crap for me.
That doesn't matter. What you wanted her to do was illegal, and I swear to gosh, if you ever do it again, I'm taking away your gym crap and tossing it into the dumpster. After that whole argument, my mom took my brother to school, which he was now 20 minutes late to. Comes back to pick my dad up, who is still huffing and puffing, then drives nearby by car shop place to get a gas canister, fill it up with gas, and drive back to my dad's car, which was left in front of a neighbor's house. Thank gosh that dude was chill enough to watch it. My dad gets in his car and drives back home. I stay behind with my mom so I don't get the full fury of my dad. As she dropped me off, she tells me to hide in my room until she gets back from work. From then on, my dad refused to directly talk to me, my mom, and my grandparents, only making snide comments about the whole situation. That he believed he was in the right and he was doing me a favor and would have gotten me a car for my birthday if I had just listened to him and not make this into such a big deal. Well, excuse me, Dad, for not wanting to get arrested or get into an accident for a stupid mistake on your part that could have been avoided if you left earlier and not be on your phone for so long and made it to my brother's school on time. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the one of many stories about my entitled dad and look forward to me posting more once I try to remember them since they are repressed memories. Damn, OP, that definitely would have been a very scary situation to be in. And sorry your dad seems to be kind of a meanie head. Meanie head dads aren't the coolest dads, despite what some might think. I prefer non-meanie head dads, but that's just me. This story's called Woman Harasses Me and My Girlfriend. So, yeah, my friends asked me to share this with you all, so I made a Reddit account for this to tell you all of my experiences with this woman. So, I looked at a few posts for this and saw that most started with a cast, so here's mine. There's me, as you know, entitled homophobe, nice kid. Okay, nice kid. There we go. An actual nice kid, I know him. Entitled kid. Nice manager. Okay, there's too many. So as you can tell, this is a post about an entitled woman and her child. So my girlfriend has gotten a job promotion recently from a dentist assistant, I believe is the term. Truthfully, I don't pay much attention when she talks of her job. To a dental hygienist, which she gets paid more, so she decided to treat me for dinner. Now, I live in a small town where my lifestyle is uncommon, and I do tend to get the once in a while weird looks, and multiple people disapprove, but no accounts like this woman since high school, which was rough. Anyway, my girlfriends brought us to this nice seafood restaurant. I was so excited, I put on my nice dress and spent at least half an hour making sure my makeup and hair was right. But when I got there, I saw the woman I hate most in this life. I have more encounters with this woman and her son, but I'll save them for you if you wish to hear them. Anyway though, whenever I was walking into the restaurant, I passed one of my students on the way inside. It's important later, I promised. I was put down in my seat and I looked to my right to find her sitting at the table there with her husband and son. I decided to try and ignore them and enjoy my evening, so I started off with a glass of brandy, and I noticed her staring at me, and then my girlfriend arrived. She sat down and I gave her a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and the woman looked at me with disgust. I personally just did not care anymore. And then the situation played out about like this. Did you order yet? No, I only got my drink so far, but I did see a nice blackened mahi-mahi fillet. Oh, that does seem nice. I may just get that. And what were you thinking, baby? I was thinking about maybe flounder, fried whole. Reminds me of home. That sounds good too. What do you think of for an appetizer then? I'm not sure. Maybe we should get some crab claws. Alright, I think we're ready to order. After a few minutes of waiting and talking, the waitress came and took our orders and such, and then we began talking again, mostly about our days and a little bit of flirting. Ooh, I actually had a pretty good day. I'm a teacher at the high school, and for once the children actually behaved themselves. So as I talked with my girlfriend, the woman finally had enough. She had slammed down her silverware, and it played out about like this. Excuse me, but my son is trying to enjoy his meal
and you two are making him uncomfortable with your sinful ways.
Well, if he doesn't like it, then he can look away. It's not very hard.
It's pretty hard when you make yourself so obvious, and my baby does not need to see this. Are you trying to ruin him? It's bad enough they let you teach. Well, when he was harassing her at work, it didn't seem to bother him at all then, so shut the hell up. All you dykes do is lie your way to get what you want, and you don't like him, so you tried to get him out of your class. You are a freaking horrible woman, and I can't wait for you to go to hell. Me go to hell? You're the bundle of sticks used for fuel. You're the one who's going to burn.
At this point, everyone has their eyes on us from all the commotion, and it kept escalating, and the son then joined in on insulting me. Now, remember when I said one of my students was in the restaurant? Yeah, well, he heard all the commotion. He's a bit hot-headed, but he's a good kid. At this point, I was bawling my eyes out. And he and this kid already did not like each other because of something the boy did in the past, I guess. And he came in and joined my side, threatening the son that if he didn't shut his mouth, he'd have to wire his mouth shut. So this all went on until a manager came in and forced the family to stop and comforted me. He even gave me and my girlfriend a free dessert. The nice student did end up getting into a fight in the next day with their son and jumped him in the hall. Ha, badass. Makes me think of Wayne from that one show called Wayne. Unfortunately, I had to stop the lesson, but I feel he learned a lesson, so I stopped the fight, pulling him off the boy. But yeah, that's the story of how my night was ruined, so thank you all for reading. I just figured you all would like to read about this, and if you want, let me know, and I will post more stories about this same woman and kid. So yeah, let me know. Yes, post more. That kid seems really cool. Not the entitled kid, but the kid that beat up the entitled kid. I like kids like that. Those are cool. Makes me think of this movie idea I had. I'm not gonna tell y'all though, but it's a good one. Really funny, but also badass. Alright, this story's called She Had Better Allow Them or She Knows What Could Happen. The house where I grew up in is very, very close to the local high school. From the backyard, there's a ditch, and then the high school field where the football players practice. The ditch leads right up to the school and is a very popular shortcut, even though it only saves 1 to 2 minutes tops. This has led to many times where my family has had to deal with students cutting across our backyard and doing damage to the fence. For some reason, it stopped when one of them dropped their ID and my father turned it into the school, plus the sprinklers. I could add that story in an edit, but I don't want to take the focus off the entitled parent right now. This story focuses on one of these interactions. My father was home from work one day on a day off, doing some yard work. As he was working, he noticed 2 teens walk up the fence and walk through our neighbor's yard to get to the street. He later yelled at them not to do that, but they ran off. Later on, there was a knock on our door. My father got up and answered.
Entitled Dad?
My father.
Were you the one who yelled at my sons?
Yes, I told them that they shouldn't do that.
They have permission to walk through her yard.
She gave permission to walk through her yard and jump her fence, damaging it?
Yes, I told her myself that she had better give permission or who knows what teens could get up to.
Is that a threat? I could call the police on you right now for threatening that little old lady. For context, the neighbor is a little old lady that mostly just keeps to herself with a few cats. I think she lives alone too. Adding to the levels of this guy's audacity.
No, I'm not threatening her at all.
You and your sons had better leave her alone, or else I will be calling the cops. Is that clear?
God damn it, I swear to God I can...
And that ended it. They never used her yard as a shortcut again. My father talked to her to make sure she was okay, and she had some no trespassing signs put up on the tree close to the edge of her property that you couldn't miss. Entitled Dad never showed up again too. But then again, my father is a pretty big guy, so he can be imposing when he wants to be. Edit. Quick edit just to say that I don't remember the exact dialogue that occurred, mainly because I'm trying to remember a story that happened 10-ish years ago that I didn't even witness, so if it doesn't sound natural, that's why. I'm trying to get the gist of what was said, but the exact phrasing is probably off. Good looking out for old cat lady. I'm sure she appreciated it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.